The year 1998 was something of a watershed year of video games, with multiple groundbreaking bestsellers seen released that year alone. The time has finally come, so let's talk about the impact of Pokémon Red and Blue 25 years since its release in the United States. The release rollout of the game has been fairly well documented, as has their development. Originally released in Japan as Red and Green on February 27, 1996, result of 6 years of work from initial concept to final game. When they initially saw release in Japan internationally, there was doubt they would become the hits they were, let alone the global juggernaut the franchise is now. Thankfully, key support on both sides of the Pacific was felt in world-esteemed Nintendo figures such as Shigeru Miyamoto and Hiroshi Yamauchi. One I've always had appreciation for in the story is Gail Tilden, a notable figure in establishing Nintendo Power and the Nintendo Fun Club. Gail was vital in championing the game's conjunction with anime and other ventures, a business model still in use today. I have played these games many times since initial release, even at one point having them installed on my childhood computer by a family friend. Ended up beating them for the first time on their 3DS Virtual Console release in 2016, and I have beaten them again numerous times since then. So, let's go through it to discuss the impact it left on me and many others. Always, journey starts in Pallet Town. I always go with Charmander in red and Squirtle in blue. Our first gym is in Pewter City, which will be on the other side of Viridian Forest. Though Squirtle is an easy advantage over Brock, my other countermeasure is Butterfree by teaching Confusion. You get the Boulder Badge for winning against the Rock Solid Trainer. Next is navigating Mount Moon, and let me tell you, it took a bit of time before you could look up walkthroughs on your mobile. You get one of two fossils near the exit, and we will come back to that. And gym is in Cerulean City, and your opponent is Tomboyish Mermaid, Misty. It's a fan favorite to this day, and if you have a good grass electro type, you'll get the Cascade badge just fine. To the north is Bill's Lighthouse. We get the SSN ticket after separating him from a Kabuto. Well, somebody saw the 86 version of The Fly. The third gym in Vermilion City, after a series of time-consuming trash can puzzles, fight the logic leader Lieutenant Surge, the Lightning American. Grass or ground is your best bet against him, and each reversion makes him look more and more like Guy from Street Fighter. Win, and you get the Thunder Badge. Had to break sequence because of a blockade, meaning you need to shortcut through the Rock Tunnel and Lavender Town. Word of advice: make sure you get the HMs for a cut and flash before then. You'll need them. Also, good idea to get the bike voucher from the chairman of the fan club too. Lavender Town is also quite deserving of being the first of many spooky locations in the series, perfectly suiting the tongue future installments and the experience. It's owned a place with scary elements in non-horror games, and typically where my story always gets darker. Riding through the underground path, we reach Celadon City. On top of the department store and game corner being key stops, the gym leader is the grass specialist Erica, the nature-loving princess. Fire and flying are your best bets against her, and there, after you win, you get the Rainbow Badge. Drink from the department store will lower the blockade, and once you cash in the bike voucher, since your wallet conveniently can't hold enough to just buy the bike, your next stop is in Fuchsia City. I always try to find the warden's dentures before catching anything in Safari Zone in later playthroughs. The gym leader is Koga, the poisonous ninja master. Win against him, and you get the Soul Badge. With the blockade down, we can now enter Saffron City. The Fighting Dojo is a vital location, and one of my favorite sequences is retaking Stealth Tower to get the Master Ball. The gym leader is Sabrina, the Master Psycho Pokemon. After navigating a series of spinner tiles, facing her is quite the challenge because of how OP Psycho types were at first. Might be another reason between that and steamrolling through Victory Road that I wasn't as bothered by the Generation 9 launch. That aside, winning gets you the Marsh Badge. After you get the HM for Surf, you need to go through the Seafoam Islands to reach Cinnabar Island. In addition to the Abandoned Mansion providing key lore on Mewtwo through Fuji's notes, the laboratory lets us clone false Pokemon from before. Jim Milligan's Fire-type leader Blaine, the hot-headed Quizmaster. If you solve his riddles correctly, you can battle him without facing the other trainers, winning the Volcano Badge in the process. Circling back to Viridian City, the final gym battle against Giovanni, win against him and get the Earth Badge. This qualifies you with the Indigo Plateau, and to fight your rival, you need to get through the Elite Four. First member is Ice-type Specialist Lorelei, an eccentric but intelligent woman who's Asa Lapras. Certainly come a long way since these games was released. Second up is Bruno, insert in contest song here, a fighting specialist whose best monster is a Machamp. Side note, the reason I gave him on Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee makes him look like a Street Fighter character. Third up is Agatha, an elderly ghost master whose best monster is level 60 Gengar. Those are my favorite monsters this generation. The fourth and final member is Lance the Dragon Master, whose best monster is a Dragonite. Believe it or not, the biggest challenge when I was younger was navigating through the amazing Indigo Plateau, more than these guys. After that, you fight your rival. Winning gets you into the Hall of Fame unless you catch Mewtwo in Cerulean Cave to kick off the postgame. The games ended up giving the Game Boy a second wind, becoming the console's best-selling games at 31.4 million copies combined. To this day, they remain the best-selling games in the franchise. They're among many games cemented my love for them, and among those 1998 that make up my core memories of the hobby. I will be addressing another before the end of this year. Thank you, treasured friends.